President Trump launches a national tour to prime voters for this fall's tax reform efforts. But it may be a tough sell in farm country. Sarah Mock has details on agricultural tax priorities from our nation's capital.
President Trump's tax plan focuses on increasing wages for American workers.
We must reduce the tax rate on American businesses so they keep jobs in America. We need a competitive tax code that creates more jobs and higher wages for Americans. It's time to give American workers the pay raise that they've been looking for many, many years.
The president's words may be exciting to some, but could be unwelcome in farm communities that are already struggling to find willing and able workers at any wage. As small businesses themselves, most farmers want a simpler tax code, but there's also concern that simplifying it could actually cost farmers more.
Tax reform is all about lowering the rates, but to do that, you give up exemptions, credits, deductions. If farmers lose too many of the deductions that allow them to even out their income to match up income and expenses, they could end up with a tax increase, even with an effective rate that's lower than what it is now.
One example of a, quote, simplification of the tax code that could prove problematic for farmers, changing the current cash accounting exemption.
Right now, all farmers keep their books like we keep our checkbooks. It's called cash accounting. They record an expense when they write the check and they count the income when they make a deposit. There is talk of changing this, of forcing businesses to go to accrual accounting. When you use accrual accounting, you have to count things when you earn it, not when you get paid for it. So if a farmer harvested their corn crop and put it in the grain bin, they would have to pay taxes on that, even though they might not get paid to the next year.
The American Farm Bureau and others are actively working with the administration to build a tax code that respects the needs of farmers.
The White House is conducting a series of listening sessions where they invite groups in to talk about their tax reform priorities, and they have had several specifically for agriculture, so we feel that our message is being heard.
In general, farmers are behind the White House and in favor of simplifying the tax code. But the key concern right now is making sure farmers have the financial resources they need to weather tough economic times, both today and into the future. For RFD-TV, Sarah Mock, Washington.
The president travels to North Dakota today to talk tax reform, and while Congress has an ambitious schedule of must-pass legislation on their hands, leaders still hope to produce a tax reform bill this fall.